Beneath the surface of the ocean lies a world few have ever seen. A realm so vast, so ancient, so otherworldly, it defies human imagination. The deep sea. A place of crushing pressure, absolute darkness, and cold silence. Yet within this immense abyss, life thrives. Strange, glowing, unearthly life. A sanctuary in the dark. But what secrets hide in this eternal night? What mysteries do these creatures hold, living in places we can hardly reach? Tonight, we descend. Slowly, carefully, as if drifting into a dream. A journey not into space, but into the very depths of our own planet. The ocean, covering more than 70% of Earth, holds the largest unexplored regions on the planet. We know more about the surface of the moon, more about Mars than we do about our own abyss. And so, as we begin this descent, we prepare to leave behind the familiar. The warm sunlight above fades with each meter. Blue turns to dark blue to black. Within minutes, we are swallowed whole by the deep. Here begins the twilight zone, the mesopelagic. Between 200 and 1,000 meters deep. A place where sunlight no longer nourishes. Plants cannot grow here. Photosynthesis has no meaning, and yet life adapts. Creatures rise from the dark with bodies built for stealth. Small silver fish, reflective as mirrors, vanish into the surrounding blue. Lanternfish drift in swarms, their bioluminescent organs glowing faintly in patterns like constellations. Tiny shrimp flicker like sparks. All around, the sea becomes a living night sky. But unlike the heavens above, this sky is alive. Every flash, every pulse of light is a signal, a warning, a lure, or a disguise. In this twilight world, light is both language and survival. For predators, it is bait. For prey, it is camouflage. The dance of light decides who lives and who vanishes into the waiting dark. The deeper we drift, the more alien it feels. Silence grows heavier. Pressure builds thousands of times greater than what our bodies could endure. And yet, life has shaped itself perfectly for this sanctuary. The hatchetfish, small, thin, almost invisible. Its body glimmers faintly, light organs running along its belly. From below, it disappears, its glowing underside blending with faint starlight filtering from above. From above, its mirrored sides vanish into the darkness below. A creature caught between invisibility and revelation. Beside it, drifting like a ghost, the jellyfish. Some transparent, some shimmering with rainbow edges. They pulse gently, as if breathing with the ocean itself. Some trail long, fragile filaments, glowing faint blue, drawing in unsuspecting prey. Each movement in this darkness is both slow and sudden. Stillness broken by flashes of violence. The abyss rewards patience. Deeper still, the darkness becomes absolute. Past 1,000 meters, sunlight never reaches. We enter the midnight zone, the bathypelagic, a place so hostile no human could survive. Yet here, life takes on its most bizarre forms. Imagine an anglerfish, a living nightmare. Its head crowned with a rod of flesh, tipped with a glowing orb. A lure in the eternal dark. Its jagged teeth curve inward, trapping anything unfortunate enough to swim too close. Its body is grotesque, yet efficient. Its glow is not beauty, it is strategy. In the abyss, every glimmer of light is a trap. Other predators hide in stillness. The gulper eel, with its vast expandable mouth, able to swallow prey larger than itself. Its thin, whip-like tail glows with red light, waving in the dark like a signal fire. For prey, curiosity becomes fatal. And then, the vampire squid, a creature from myth, yet entirely real. With deep red skin and glowing blue eyes, it drifts with delicate fins. When threatened, it turns itself inside out, wrapping its body with its cloak-like arms, lined with spines. A defense both strange and elegant. Life here is not built for beauty as we know it, but for survival in extremes. Silence grows deeper. Pressure becomes unimaginable. And still, life persists. With every descent, we uncover not emptiness, but adaptation. Each creature is a sanctuary of its own, its body, its patterns, perfectly tuned to this endless night. But the ocean is not only inhabited by the bizarre. Even in the dark, mystery remains. Unknown sounds echo through the depths. Strange clicks, hums, and groans. Some belong to whales, travelers of the deep. Sperm whales dive to 2,000 meters, hunting giant squid in battles we can scarcely imagine. Their clicks are the loudest sounds made by any animal on Earth, used to navigate, to communicate, to hunt. But other sounds remain unexplained. The bloop, a deep, powerful noise recorded in 1997. Louder than any whale, louder than any known animal. Some thought it was a leviathan, a giant hidden beneath the sea. Scientists later linked it to ice, cracking and shifting deep in the ocean. And yet, the mystery lingers. For who can be certain when so much of the abyss remains unseen? The ocean keeps its secrets well. As we drift further, it becomes clear. This is not simply a world of creatures. It is a world of sanctuaries. Sanctuaries built not from stone or walls, but from darkness, pressure, and adaptation. Each glowing organ, each invisible shimmer, is a fortress against extinction. These are sanctuaries in the dark. But what lies deeper still? Beyond even the midnight zone? At 4,000 meters, the abyssal plain stretches out, vast, silent, endless. A desert at the bottom of the sea. And yet, even here, life persists. Strange starfish crawl across the sediment. Sea cucumbers drift like soft, floating forms. Creatures invisible to light, surviving on the rain of organic matter drifting down from above. A slow snowfall of life sinking endlessly into the abyss. Here, isolation becomes survival. Here, sanctuaries take on a new form. To live in the abyss is to adapt not only to darkness, but to scarcity. Food is rare. Every scrap counts. Every fall of detritus becomes treasure. And sometimes the sea delivers gifts of colossal scale. A whale fall. When a whale dies and sinks into the abyss, its body becomes an entire ecosystem. At first, scavengers tear into the flesh sharks, hagfish, crabs. Then, as years pass, smaller creatures feed on what remains. Finally, bacteria colonize the bones, creating chemical energy in a process like deep-sea alchemy. A single whale fall can feed life for decades. In the abyss, death becomes sanctuary. Nothing is wasted. Nothing disappears. Life continues in silence, in stillness, in patience. And yet, deeper still, the earth reveals another kind of sanctuary. Hydrothermal vents. Black smokers rising from cracks in the ocean floor. Towers of superheated water, rich with minerals, blasting into the icy dark. Here, life is born not from sunlight, but from the chemistry of the earth itself. Tube forms grow taller than a man, with blood-red plumes absorbing nutrients from symbiotic bacteria. Blind shrimp swarm across the rocks, sensing heat in total darkness. Mussels and crabs cling to the chimneys, thriving in waters that should be deadly. In this place, life proves its resilience. Even in conditions we thought impossible, it finds a way. Sanctuaries form not from safety, but from extremes. And yet, as we linger, questions rise. How much more lies hidden here? What creatures remain unseen? What secrets lie beneath these black waters? Our descent has only begun. The abyss stretches deeper still, down to trenches so vast they could swallow mountains. The Mariana Trench, 11 kilometers deep. The deepest known place on Earth. What sanctuaries exist there? What life has shaped itself in those impossible depths? We do not yet know. The abyss holds its silence. The abyss waits. We drift deeper still. The ocean floor stretches endlessly, yet even here, our descent is far from complete. Beyond the abyssal plain lies a realm few have dared to imagine, the Hadal Zone, a world below 6,000 meters. It is here, in the ocean's deepest trenches, where the true sanctuaries of the dark are hidden. A place of unimaginable pressure where each square inch of surface bears the weight of a mountain. To us, it is unthinkable. To life, it is home. The Mariana Trench, deepest of them all, plunges nearly 11 kilometers into the earth. Deeper than Everest is tall. A chasm so vast it could swallow the highest peaks with room to spare. To descend into this trench is to cross into a world almost entirely unknown. Only a handful of vessels have reached the bottom. Fewer still have lingered. And yet, even here, life thrives. Strange, translucent snails, amphipods as large as a human hand, scavenge along the seafloor. Microbes survive within the very rocks, drawing energy not from the sun, but from chemical reactions deep within the earth. Even at such extremes, the sanctuary of life persists. It is a reminder. Where darkness and pressure reign, life does not surrender. It adapts. It endures. Along the trench walls, ghostly creatures drift in silence. Some resemble ribbons of light, gelatinous forms with organs faintly glowing. Others resemble shadows, almost invisible, disappearing at the edge of sight. Each one is a testament to survival in a place beyond survival. Yet the trench is not empty. For it is here that battles, unseen and unknown, play out in the black. Sperm whales dive in search of their ancient adversary, the giant squid. No human has witnessed the true fight, but scars across whale heads tell the story. Tentacles lined with hooks. Suction cups armed with teeth. A struggle in silence, waged in total dark. In this sanctuary, survival is war. But the abyss is not only a place of predators, it is a place of quiet sanctuaries. Islands of life scattered across an otherwise barren sea. Cold seeps where methane and hydrogen sulfide seep from cracks in the seafloor. To us, these gases would be poison. To deep-sea bacteria, they are fuel. Entire ecosystems bloom in these places. Mussel beds, shrimp swarms, clams the size of dinner plates. Strange worms and crabs thriving in chemical oases. These sanctuaries are fleeting, lasting centuries before vanishing back into the abyss. Yet while they exist, they are havens of life, islands in an endless desert. And still deeper mysteries remain. In 2012, cameras recorded something strange in the Mariana Trench. A ghostly, gelatinous creature, nearly translucent, drifting with delicate folds. It moved with slow grace, almost otherworldly, unlike anything ever seen before. Scientists believe it may have been a species of ctenophore, a comb jelly, unknown to science. But even today, its true nature remains uncertain. A reminder of how much is hidden from us, waiting in the abyss. For every mystery uncovered, 1,000 more remain. The ocean guards its secrets closely. Unexplained sounds echo through the deep. The Julia sound, the upsweep. The train, strange signals, captured by hydrophones, lasting minutes, hours, sometimes repeating in seasons. Some can be explained: earthquakes, volcanic activity, shifting ice. Others remain unexplained. For in the silence of the deep, sound carries farther than sight. It is the voice of the abyss itself, and perhaps voices of creatures yet unknown. We linger now among creatures that appear unreal. The barrelli fish with a transparent head. Its eyes, glowing green, rotate within its skull, scanning the waters above through a dome of glass-like flesh. A living periscope designed for survival in darkness. The tripod fish, standing motionless upon the seafloor, its long fins like stilts. Waiting, sensing vibrations in the black, striking at prey carried by invisible currents. And the Dumbo octopus, with fins like ears, flapping gently as it hovers in the still water. A creature so delicate, so silent, it seems more dream than reality. These are sanctuaries made flesh. Sanctuaries shaped by time, by pressure, by silence. Yet not all sanctuaries are natural. Some are created by the ghosts of our own world. Shipwrecks, swallowed by the sea, become reefs of life. Iron and steel, once human ambition, now colonized by corals, sponges, fish. Even in the abyss, the remains of our world become sanctuaries for others. But as life finds a way, so too does our presence reach where it should not. Plastic has been found in the Mariana Trench. Fibers of waste drifting down, reaching even the deepest places. In sanctuaries meant for silence, the echoes of humanity are now present. A sobering reminder that the abyss is not beyond our touch. Still, life endures. Still, it thrives. Still, it waits in the dark. And as we drift through these depths, the question lingers. What else lies here? What other sanctuaries exist, unseen, untouched, undiscovered? Perhaps beneath layers of sediment, ancient fossils wait. Perhaps in the vents of underwater volcanoes, new forms of life emerge. Perhaps in trenches deeper than Mariana, still unexplored, creatures beyond imagination linger. We do not yet know, for the ocean holds within it the story of life itself. It was here, in the primordial seas, billions of years ago, that the first cells emerged. It was here that life began. And perhaps it is here, in the abyss, where the next chapter will be written. Sanctuaries not only of survival, but of origin. The more we descend, the more the abyss reveals itself not as a void, but as a mirror, a reflection of resilience, of persistence, of life's unbreakable will. And yet, still deeper sanctuaries call to us. Places beyond even the Hadal trenches. Places of myth, of speculation. For beneath the waves, there are whispers of hidden worlds. Caverns beneath the seafloor. Subterranean oceans trapped beneath the crust. Could there be life there as well? Creatures sealed away for millions of years, living in sanctuaries untouched by surface or sky? We cannot yet say. But the ocean does not yield its secrets easily. As our journey continues, we realize that to travel into the abyss is not simply to explore, it is to surrender, to give in to silence, to drift in stillness, to allow the dark to become a sanctuary of its own. For in the deep, time slows. Moments stretch. The world above fades away. And what remains is the pulse of the earth itself, slow, eternal, patient. And so, we drift. Past glowing forms, past shadows, past sanctuaries carved in darkness, toward the unknown where the deep holds its most ancient secrets. The abyss does not reveal all at once. It whispers. It lingers. It waits. And still we follow, deeper, always deeper. For within the abyss, the sanctuaries of the dark continue without end. We drift in silence now, carried deeper into the dream of the sea. The weight of the world presses down from above, yet here in the abyss it feels strangely distant. The surface, with all its storms and noise, is gone, forgotten. What remains is the slow, patient breathing of the ocean itself. A sanctuary in stillness, a sanctuary in dark. Here, time becomes difficult to measure. Minutes stretch into hours. Hours feel like days. For in the abyss, there is no sun to rise, no moon to fall. Only the endless black. The creatures who live here have no need for day or night. Their world is eternal. Their sanctuary is timeless. As we drift further, we encounter beings so fragile, so alien they seem less like animals and more like living dreams. Delicate siphonophores, chains of glowing creatures linked together into one long, drifting colony. Some stretch for tens of meters, longer than whales, their tiny bodies pulsing in unison like lanterns in a river of night. They are individuals, and yet they are one, a living paradox. A sanctuary of unity in a realm where everything else is solitude. Nearby, the deep-sea jellyfish Deepsteria unfurls its vast, ghostly bell. It ripples like a translucent sheet, catching currents, folding and unfolding in silence. Its shape is ever-changing, as though the abyss itself is shaping it moment by moment. To watch it drift is to glimpse the ocean's imagination made flesh. A sanctuary not of strength, but of fragility, protected by the very darkness in which it floats. Life here is not always small. In the depths, giants emerge. The giant squid, elusive, mysterious, rising from the shadows with tentacles longer than a bus. Its eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, scan the void for faint glimmers of prey. Few have seen it alive. Fewer still have watched it hunt. But it is here, in this silent theater, that it thrives. Perhaps even greater beasts exist. Colossal squid, heavier, broader, armed with rotating hooks along their tentacles. Predators of the deep, hunting in silence. Sanctuaries built not of light, but of enormity. Their very size becomes their fortress. And yet, in the very same waters, the tiniest of beings drift unseen. Microbes, invisible to the naked eye, feeding on minerals, surviving in ways older than sunlight itself. These are the architects of life, carrying within them the memory of beginnings. Without them, no sanctuary could exist. From the smallest to the largest, the abyss contains them all, each one a fragment of the great sanctuary woven together in dark silence. But beyond the living, the abyss hides other sanctuaries. Geological cathedrals rising from the seafloor. Mountains taller than the Alps, hidden entirely beneath the waves. Canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon. Volcanic ridges that circle the earth like unseen scars. This hidden landscape is as vast, as dramatic, as alien as any world in space. And yet, it belongs to us, our planet, our sanctuary. Some say that within these ridges, beneath the crust itself, lie oceans larger than the one we know, locked away in stone, trapped for billions of years. If so, they may hold life unknown to us. Creatures sealed away, their sanctuaries untouched by surface light, untouched even by the abyss we know. We stand at the edge of knowledge, gazing into darkness, and we realize how small our understanding truly is. The abyss is not merely a place, it is a reminder of how little we know, how much remains hidden, and how even in the harshest, most impossible places, life not only survives, it flourishes. The sanctuaries of the deep are not built of walls or shelters. They are built of adaptation. They are built of time. They are built of silence. But as we drift here, a final realization emerges. The sanctuaries of the abyss are not only for its creatures. They are for us as well. To sink into this endless dark is to let go of urgency, of noise, of time itself. To listen only to the stillness, to feel only the slow movement of the sea. To surrender to a world where nothing rushes, nothing shouts, nothing demands. Only patience, only silence, only the soft glow of life flickering in the black. And in that silence, there is comfort. The abyss does not threaten. It does not demand. It simply exists. An eternal sanctuary, holding secrets that may never be revealed, mysteries that may never be solved. And yet, in its presence, there is peace. A peace found only in the deepest dark. Perhaps this is the true gift of the abyss, not its strange creatures, not its hidden landscapes, but its reminder that even in the most unlikely places, beauty persists, sanctuary exists, and within the darkest corners of our world, life still glows. So we drift upward now, slowly, gently, carried back toward the light, past glowing siphonophores, past translucent jellyfish, past the waiting giants, past the silent plains where whalebones rest. The darkness thins, giving way to the faintest blue. The blue deepens, brightens, becomes light. And finally, the surface returns. But something has changed. For though we have left the abyss does not leave us. Its silence lingers. Its patience endures. Its sanctuaries remain within us. A reminder that even in the darkest places, there is wonder. Even in silence, there is life. The abyss holds its secrets. The abyss keeps its sanctuaries. And perhaps, in our own quiet moments, we too can drift into that stillness, into that endless calm, into the sanctuaries of the dark.